Hi, this is Sridhar. Welcome to another episode of Amazing Astronomy. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Perseid meteor shower. This occurs every year in August. And last night, I went out observing with my friends and family, and we watched for a couple hours, and I saw about five or six really nice meteors streaking through the sky. So I'm going to share a little bit about that. What are meteor showers, and how are they different from meteorites? And what's so unique about the Perseid meteor shower that happens every year? Let's just jump right into it. All right, what's a meteor shower? Well, first off, they're caused by space rocks. These are rocks that enter the Earth's atmosphere, usually from a comet trail. And remember, there are several types of comets, ones that are very famous, like Halley's Comet, which comes about every 90 years, I believe. There's a particular one we'll talk about in a minute called swift-tuttle, and that's the one that causes the Perseid meteor shower. Now, the bulk of what you see in the sky, those streaks, the shooting stars or falling stars, are not stars. They're actually little grains of sand. In fact, some are dust, some are sand. Once in a rare while, there will be a fireball, a really bright one that actually explodes. Those are called fireballs, and those are for larger meteors. So it might be like a kind of a good-sized basketball or even up to a boulder. Again, not very often. Most of what you see in the sky are grains of sand. Now they're hauling at very high speed. They're going over 30,000 miles an hour. Some go over 100,000 miles an hour. And they get super hot, ultra hot. And that's why they're so bright in the sky, over 3,000 degrees. Now, again, what is the difference between a meteorite and a meteor? Meteorite is actually the ones that make it all the way to the ground. So they hit the ground. Those are the ones that are called meteorite because it's actually a rock. Now, every year there are these popular meteor showers, the Lyrids, Perseids, Orionids, Leonids, and Geminids. And the reason we add the little IDS at the end is that represents a meteor shower, and they emanate from a particular constellation. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So what causes this particular meteor shower every year in August? It's called the Perseid meteor shower. And this is a very cool animation. It was created by a person named Phoenix7777, at least that's their handle. So I want to acknowledge this wonderful creator of this cool GIF. I know it's a little confusing maybe to read this. Way to look at it is here's the Earth, it's orbiting in the center, the sun is right here. These are, of course, Mars and Jupiter. And this particular comet has a very long orbital period. It's 133 years to make it around the sun. That's a long, long time because it goes way out to past Jupiter. And as you can see, the closer and closer it gets to the sun, it speeds up, goes faster and faster, and then zooms back out. So what's interesting is we last saw Swift-Tuttle. By the way, those are two astronomers who independently discovered or saw this comet in 1862. It was actually identified by the Chinese. There's a record of it back in 69 years before the Christian era. So in 1992, it came by and then back out again in 1995. Those are two recent observations. It won't be back for another 133 years. So it's going to be quite a long time. As you can see, it's really zooming very fast. Well, why do we call it the Perseid meteor shower? Where all these meteor showers are really what's happening is the Earth is passing through a comet trail, just like the animation I showed you a moment ago. Perseid is actually comes from the constellation called Perseus. If you look up in the sky and you see the constellation Perseus, and constellations are like the Big Dipper, Little Dipper, Orion's belt, etc. Perseus is yet another constellation, and this particular meteor shower looks like it's emanating from that constellation. And it's a lot like, I like to give the analogy, it's sort of like bugs on the windshield. So as you're driving your car, maybe a swarm of locusts or other kinds of insects are zooming across the freeway. You happen to pass through this bug cloud, and of course they hit your windshield. It looks like they all come from one place. And the Perseid meteor shower is us passing through the comet Swift-Tuttle, and it happens to line up with the constellation Perseus. So all these look like they're emanating from that constellation, but again, they're not stars. They are meteors going through our Earth's atmosphere. So there you have it. Hope you learned something about meteors and meteor showers and meteorites. Keep looking up. If you like this video series, I encourage you to please share it out. The tiny URL, easy to remember, Amazing Astronomy. Thanks so much for joining, and keep looking up.